Did you know when the first engagement ring was ever given? Well, make sure to stay to the end of the video to find out when. Now, this is the engagement ring buyer's guide. This is a 4-step buyer's guide to keep it nice, short, simple, and sweet when it comes into how to shop for an engagement ring. Now, do remember, just as important as the ring you pick out is the surprise and how it's given. So make sure that is just as special. Now, let's start with point number 1. How do you find out her ring size without her knowing? Of course, you have the obvious way, which would be, well, stealing one of her rings and then taking it to a jeweler and then finding out. That could be a little bit dangerous. But if you do go that way, just simply make sure that the jeweler does offer free resizings though as well, just in case for any reason that when the ring is sized, if it is a little bit too large or it's a little bit too small, you can simply take it back to the jeweler and have them size it to the correct size after you've given the engagement ring. There's an app called Ring Sizer. Ring Sizer is a free to download app where you can actually place one of her rings onto your phone screen, and then you can simply adjust the different sizes to match the circle on the screen to the size of her ring, and then that is going to tell you her ring size as well. Now let's go into point number 2, getting the ring engraved. And engraving could be something just cute, simple, and sweet, or something weird that you say to each other that truly shows that you love each other as well. Or you could go down the classic route of having that engraving on the ring being the day that you propose though as well. Now, one thing I am going to say for sure is do make sure that you are pretty damn certain that she is going to say yes before you do get it engraved. Because after you have it engraved with whether it's your names or something sweet you say to each other, just make sure she is going to say yes, because the jeweler will not be taking that back from you if it has then been engraved. So just make sure she's definitely going to say yes, but an engraving can be something to make that ring truly one of a kind. Now, let's move on to point number 3. What style should you go with? Well, the most classic and timeless style by far is the solitaire. The solitaire is one center stone, normally with somewhere between 4 to 6 prongs holding the diamond in place. Now, this by far is the most classic, the most timeless, and allows a lot of light in, so you see a lot of sparkle, and this is what you see really portrayed in most movies as well. Now, of course, you have another option as well, the 3-stone setting. That's normally known as the past, present, and future. The past, one of the stones on the side, the present being the stone in the center, and then the future being the stone on the other side as well. When it does come into a 3-stone setting, this can go up into the price of a solitaire, in some cases even more, if the 3-stone setting is 3 solitaires, or if it is pave set 3-stone setting, then that's still going to be quite a reasonable price. Normally the solitaire is up on the higher end of things as well. Now, of course, there is ways for you to still save money when it does come into shopping for a solitaire. Otherwise, if budget's in mind, but you really do want to get her something larger over time, make sure that the jewelry store that you're going to allows you to trade that piece back in over time. That is a common practice, and that is great because that means your piece will not lose value over time, and that will give you the opportunity maybe during one of the anniversaries to be able to trade into something bigger, brighter, and whiter, and something that you really wanted to give her as well in the first place. That's the way to do it, mystery shopping. Now, at the end of this point, point number 4, I'm also going to tell you what percentage of people do not know, what percentage of ladies do not know that their engagement ring has been purchased for them. Now, but point number 4 is mystery shop. Allow her to mystery shop the store. Now, obviously, when you do go to different jewelry stores, if you're one of the classic examples of most men that would just stand outside and be like, oh, come on, honey, let's just go, I'm just going to wait out here. Don't all of a sudden say and become really interested in seeing exactly what she's looking for, but gradually over time, move yourself in a little bit more, maybe say, oh, you know what, I want to have a look at one of the watches while you have a look through the different rings and everything, and then that way you can start to kind of look over her shoulder and see what she's really into. That way you know for sure when you do pick something up for her as an engagement ring, you know that she really really does like it. 35% of women do not know what their engagement ring is before it's then being purchased. So quite often, well, more than 50% of the time, it is a decision made together, a decision already made together as a couple, as in what the ring would be. Most of the time, engagement rings that are given have classically been given as a diamond. But did you know there are many other gemstones used in engagement rings today? Make sure to click on the video that you can see up here on the screen so you can see what other types of gemstones are given in engagement rings too. And so the first engagement ring that was ever given was in 1477 by the man that you see on the screen, Archduke Maximilian. That without phone, and then you would adjust the phone until that just